Yo, what's going on, Knicks Nation? It's your boy, comes to you out with a brand new video. Before we get into the video, hit that sub button, like the video, and comment down below your thoughts on this video. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. So recent reports and rumors have come out that Redick, a veteran 15 years in the league, wants to come play for the New York Knicks or the Brooklyn Nets. He wants to be closer to home because his family lives in New York City. And in the offseason, Redick is in New York City, and he likes to spend time with his family, and he said he wanted to be in a close driving distance to his family. Now, the two teams in New York City that he can play for are either the Brooklyn Nets or the New York City. And at this time, both teams do not have any open roster spots to sign Redick to a veteran minimum deal. So what is going to happen? Now, I think Brooklyn Nets are very hard capped with what players they can bring on and what players they have to let go, because every player on this team except Cam Thomas is basically there from last year, and if you want to go anywhere farther in the NBA playoffs, you're going to have to keep your players and you have to bring in a new rookie, Cameron Thomas, who might not even play minutes for them because they're such a stacked team. So them giving up players is going to hurt them defense. We have to get that clear right out of the way. So they can't really give up any players that are going to hurt them defensively. So Redick is not a guy that plays good defense. He's a maybe average, below average at best. So you're not really going to get that from Redick. And the Brooklyn Nets have too much firepower. Need Redick as a player on their team. They have Joe Harris, but Joe Harris, he's not consistent, but he is younger and he can do what Redick does. So why would you need Redick? Redick does play very good and he's more consistent than Joe Harris. But I don't think Redick is going to sign with the Brooklyn Nets, or the Brooklyn Nets can't sign Redick because they can't give up any players if they want to maintain their defense, which is at the worst it's been in a long time. And if you're giving up any more defense, I don't know what they're gonna play defense with. Who they have Kevin Durant at the center position, because DeAndre Jordan is not what he used to be, so that's out of the question. Now, the New York Knicks, we also do not have any roster spots to sign Redick. So what will we have to do? Now, let's just read down the Knicks roster and let's talk about it. Dwayne Bacon, he's a guy that you can trade, you can let go, and you'll be fine. RJ Barrett is one that you have to keep, so that's one. Brooks, another guy that you have to keep, that's two. Evan Fournier, 3. You just signed him to a big deal, so you have to keep him. Taj Gibson, a veteran center and a locker room player, you have to keep him just because he can do whatever you need him to do, and he can play behind. He can play behind Mitch Robinson, Nerlens Noel, and play when they have injuries. And then you also have Jericho Sims, your 58th overall pick. Now, he's been such a phenomenal player in the summer league. I doubt you give that up. So that's 4 players right there. Quentin Grimes, your first round pick, you're not giving him up. You're not letting him go, so that's 5. Rokas Jokic is a player you might look at potentially giving up, but let's just hold on to him. Kevin Knox, another player you might look to give up because he has no trade value and he hasn't done much in his time in the league, so we'll leave him off the Knicks roster at this point in time. Miles McBride, phenomenal player, a Tom Thibodeau player, 36th overall pick. I don't think the New York Knicks are going to let him go, so that's number 6. Nerlens Noel, backup center or your starting center if Mitch Robinson goes down with injury, gotta keep him, that's 7. Emmanuel Quickly, phenomenal rookie pick, 25th overall pick, key player for the New York Knicks, you gotta keep him. Julius Randle, the star of the team, that you gotta keep him. So what is that? That's 9. Mitch Robinson is 10. Derrick Rose is 11. We already talked about Jericho Sims. That's 11 too. Obi Toppin, 12. You gotta keep him. Your 8th overall pick, your lottery pick, you gotta keep him. And now Kemba Walker is 12. So those are 12 players that you have to keep on the Knicks roster at all costs. Now that leaves 3 roster spots because I think you can bring on 15 players to the regular season. So MJ Walker, Luka Vildoza, Mari Sims, Rokas Jokic, and Dwayne Bacon, Kevin Knox are players that are not going to get a chance. So there's a lot of players, and you also have to include Redick. Now let's, for example, put Redick. So that leaves us with 2 players we can bring on. Now, out of the 2 players from MJ Walker, Luka Vildoza, Mari Sims, Kevin Knox, Rokas Jokic, and Dwayne Bacon, who are you going to bring on the team? Now, if it was up to me personally, I'm bringing on Luka Vildoza because he was supposed to be that guy that was supposed to be our point guard, if not for the near future, before we got Kemba Walker. So I think you got to keep him. Another player you got to keep, and I think he can be a very good player, is Rokas Jokic. So that means that Dwayne Bacon, who we just signed to a 1-year minimum deal, is not going to be on the Knicks roster going into the season, even though he's on the Exhibit 10 deal, meaning he was going to play in the pre-league games, and then the New York Knicks can see if they want to keep him or not. So that's one guy. Kevin Knox, your 8th overall pick 2-3 years ago, going into his 4th season, is not going to be on the team, and you're letting him go, which says a lot. But yeah, you're going to let him go. Then you also have to let go of Amari Sims, which, all things considered, is understandable. He hasn't really done much in the summer league to want to get a 2-way spot. spot or a regular spot, so I think he's gonna be gone. Luka Vildoza you gotta keep, and MJ Walker, who you recently had signed, has to go too. So there's going to be a lot of mix and match, and the New York Knicks are going to have to make a decision, even though JJ Redick can sign on at any point in the season. So we got to see what the New York Knicks are going to do, but I personally want JJ Redick on a team. It helps with shooting, and he's a mentor that can help RJ Barrett and our young guys like Quentin Grimes and Miles McBride. So yeah guys, let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel about signing JJ Redick to a vet minimum deal, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, YouTube.